morning, everybody. My name's Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. This is a little bit different type of video today. I'm going to talk about something that has been happening to me over the last 13 months and how I really don't have any control over it. Not that I'm doing anything too differently, but I have lost a considerable amount of weight. Now, those will say, you have a considerable amount of weight to lose. Yes, I did. I'm going to give you a little bit of history. I started off, my highest weight was 291 pounds. I weighed that while I lived in Nova Scotia. And when I first moved here 5 years ago, that was what my weight was. And I stayed anywhere between 280 and 290 for years. That was like, up and down and up and down, but that was basically where I stayed. And then 13 months ago, 2 or 3 different things happened. I had a medication that I took an adverse reaction to, and it made me sick. That was for about 2 or 3 weeks. And then I also got COVID at the beginning of this year, and therefore I had some weight loss attributed to that. But basically, it wasn't a huge amount of weight loss. It was just a little bit. But since then, what has happened since then is my Parkinson medication has increased. And when I had the increase in medication, my dyskinesia increased. I've explained that this movement, of all this movement, I call it my aerobics class for a good reason. I am out of breath all the time, simply because of the movement that I can't control in my body. And I have noticed recently that my clothes were getting very loose on me. And my daughter says to me, "Mom, your clothing is really getting very loose." And I said, "Well, I know. I only weigh once a month, but I said, I've been losing weight." And she said, "Well, let's see how much weight you've lost." Well, in the last 13 months, I went from, 285.8 in October of 2020. And on December the 1st, I weighed here just a couple days, 212.4. So that's 73 pounds. So it's a considerable amount of weight loss. And don't get me wrong, it does mean nothing but good to lose the weight. But it is kind of concerning to me that I have that weight loss without dieting. But I also am not eating anywhere near what I used to eat. My appetite has completely decreased. And I try to make my medication work the best it can, because I have lots of times that it doesn't work. And it works best if I am very balanced with what I eat. So I'm being very conscious that when I eat things, they are good for me. I will choose to eat an apple over a chocolate bar. But, I still have a bite of chocolate. I still have, we used to every night have a bag of potato chips. We don't do that anymore. If I want potato chips, it's not every night. And I have a small little dish of it. Ice cream, we used to take ice cream by a cereal bowl. I now take a scoop if I have it. And there's lots of times that I don't choose to have it. But I'm conscious of the fact that I need to eat 3 meals a day. I can't just skip meals. My meds are affected by what I do. So I'm choosing to be purposeful in what I eat, I guess you would say, purposeful. Now, there are people that struggle their whole lives with weight. I'm one. I was told as a teenager that at the time, I can tell you, I was less than 120 pounds. I thought I was fat because somebody one day had told me that I was fat. I thought that was fat. So I've had a skewed vision of what my weight is. If I look in the mirror, I don't see fat or skinny. I only see me. When I see myself in a picture, I see fat. But I don't see accurately. It's like my self-image is askew. And I don't know why that is, but from the time I had my first child, I was told, my dad would say, oh, you know, Darlene, the best diet, push back from the table, just push back. That's not the best diet. The best diet is being balanced, doing some exercise. That's the best situation. Eat what you want to eat, but do it purposefully. Don't pig out and then starve yourself. When I was going to a weight loss group, I would do all kinds of stupid things, you know, like I would not be very good it was every week, and I wouldn't be very good after my meeting until 3 or 4 days before my weigh-in. And then I'd go, oh, I've got a weigh-in coming up. I better not eat for the next 3 days. Well, that is not healthy. That is not the way to do it. So now, why didn't I have this knowledge before I had Parkinson's? Why didn't I have this knowledge when I could have enjoyed the weight loss? It would have been nice to have had the energy that I am, you know, experienced from the weight loss when I could do stuff. Now here I am, I'm not able to do things, and I've got the weight loss. It seems kind of cruel. But either way, I'll take it however I get it, because I've got the weight loss now, and I'm just going to keep on going with it. Like, I am going to make my medicines work the best that they can, and to do that, I'm going to eat the healthiest that I can. And that means that I'm still going to have my Christmas dinner. I'm still on Christmas Eve going to have an appetizer night, and I'm going to enjoy it, but I may have less pieces of it. And there's nothing I can do about this dyskinesia movement, but I am going to be purposeful. I haven't been doing my A-linker, which I really miss doing, but I haven't been doing it, and it's now not a habit, and I'm going to have to force myself to start doing it again. It's funny, even when you enjoy something, if it's not in your routine, you get out of that way of doing it. So I have to get back to doing that. That's all I wanted to say. I'm happy that I've lost the 73 pounds. I'll be happier when I got another 40 off. But you know what? I am taking every day as it comes, and I'm going to live it to the fullest. Now, I've got a story. Of course I have a story. You know I have one. This one is hilarious. There was a time, probably, let's see, where were we living? We were living in Quesnel, so this is probably 25 years ago, maybe. Anyway, we had takeaway pizza, and we had one whole pizza left that nobody had eaten anything off of. And Clayton was just little, and for whatever reason, he loved little bugs. He hates spiders now, but he loved little bugs. So I had a package that had very black little flies in it. And so I would bring one fly down and put it on the carpet or whatever, and he'd go over and play with it for a little bit. But I never put more than one out because I didn't want him eating them. But anyway, I would put this one little fly thing out. But I had a whole bag of them. And one night, we had this leftover pizza, and I thought, and I'll just tell you now, I've got a twisted sense of humor. I thought it'd be funny if I took the pizza when nobody was looking. It was going to go in the fridge, and I lifted the pieces of pepperoni, and I put one of these little black plastic or rubber flies underneath it, and put the piece down. Maybe you saw a little leg sticking out, but you know, you weren't seeing the whole fly. You could just see. But I did that over the whole pizza. So therefore, there was probably 25 flies on the top of this pizza, but they were all kind of partially hidden. But when you took a visual, if you had the lights on, you could most definitely see they were there. But if you didn't see it and you took a piece out, you would bite into it before you would notice it. And I just sat back and waited for somebody to take a piece of pizza. I was so cruel. But it was really funny because I don't even remember who took the first pizza. You know, and it's funny, I was telling this to Bill, and he doesn't even remember it. Like, he doesn't remember that this happened, but Claudine, I think, remembers it, and I'm sure that Cal does. Maybe Cal doesn't. He was pretty young. Anyway, doesn't matter. I remember it. Anyway, that's my story for today. Don't trust me if there's leftover pizza, because you never know what I'm going to do, because I have a twisted sense of humor. And welcome to my 73-pound weight loss. I'm going to celebrate it, and I'm going to keep on going. And every single day of my life, I'm going to live to the fullest. So I can't wait to see you tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.